I have two tattoos. The first one I got is Ben. When he was in the hospital, he used to take out a marker and he'd write his name on my arm. And the other one was when I was diagnosed. And it's in my daughter's handwriting. Just to remember to fight like Ben, do it with courage and grace, and try to help other people out along the way.
We're from Edmonton. We've lived here most of our life. And there's myself, Mike, and we have 3 kids, Dylan, who's 16, Emmy, who's 5, and Ben was 6.
We're huge Oilers fans, but somehow Ben was even bigger Oilers fan than we were.
What are you gonna be when you're bigger?
Play hockey.
In March of 2021, Ben was in our basement playing mini sticks, and he came upstairs saying that he wasn't feeling good. He started vomiting. We thought it was just a flu or something like that. And he actually had a seizure. We had to call 911 and take him to the hospital. And that's when we found out that he had a mass in his brain.
And the next day, he was in for surgery. Ben was diagnosed with glioblastoma 2 months before his 5th birthday.
Glioblastoma is the most common form of brain cancer. As a stage 4 brain cancer, glioblastoma is very difficult to treat and highly aggressive.
To hear your child has been diagnosed with cancer is something no family should ever hear.
It was so difficult to be processing all that information, but at the same time, he was his regular happy self.
Who'd you get?
During his treatments, we would watch hockey games together, and he would cheer for his favorite player, Connor McDavid.
97.
Oh my goodness.
We were doing a drive-by for his birthday and didn't really know him. I just knew that, there was a child that was battling cancer. And he said his dream is to meet Connor. I reached out to Connor, and as Connor is always generous, his answer was an immediate yes.
We actually didn't tell Ben. And so we got there before Connor, and we were all just sitting on the couch chatting, and then the door opened and Connor walked in. Ben jumped up off the couch and he said, "Connor!"
But just blown away with his personality, how he was so energetic and brought so much life into the room.
It was an instant friendship.
Every time I was around him, I felt so much joy, and his perspective on life certainly taught me a big lesson in terms of what life means.
Little did we know the impact that he was going to have on the organization. He came in as the youth skater that comes on the ice before the game.
At the first game, it was pretty awesome. He came in the room. I was doing media, and I said to Ben, "You want to come do media with me?" And he had a big smile on his face. He said, "Sure."
What did you think of the game today?
Really good.
And that's where kind of the world got introduced to him.
He became kind of a spark that we needed and carried that kind of energy throughout the playoffs there.
Let's go, Oilers!
Ben was a huge part of our playoff run in 2022. I think they drew strength from the courage they saw. 6-year-old going through this battle with cancer, which they knew would ultimately be fatal.
Throughout this entire journey, the Oilers organization has been huge to our family. After Ben passed, just to see how much they truly cared about him meant a lot to us.
We're all hoping for that miracle. I think everybody kind of understood the situation, but that doesn't stop you from, hoping for a miracle.
I mean, when I heard the news of Ben's passing, it was obviously heartbreaking.
I just really want people to remember how positive Ben was. And even though he was fighting for his life, he was so happy. He was only 6, but he lived so much and so big in those 6 years.
It's nice!
So we started the Ben Stelter Foundation a couple of months after Ben had passed away.
In our minds, it was just something small, we just wanted to bring positivity to other kids battling cancer. Once Ashif Mauji connected with us, we realized it could go a lot bigger.
We have 4 pillars in the foundation. We have magical experiences, medical equipment, research, and venture philanthropy, all targeted to pediatric cancer.
I think Ben's legacy is going to be one of helping people with this fund, and to me, that's a great thing.
Connor, we know that sadly you lost your friend and superfan Ben Stelter last year. So here to present you with your Hart Trophy, joining us all the way from Edmonton, please welcome the Stelter family.
Going to the NHL Awards in 2023 was really special for our family. We knew Ben would want us to go to be there for his buddy.
We had made the trip there, which was amazing. Just at that point was actually during the middle of us finding out about Mike's diagnosis.
It started out in March of 2023. I started getting really bad back pain and some tingling down my leg. I finally had an MRI done, and that's when they realized that a tumor was forming on my spine. It was sarcoma.
Sarcomas are cancers that can develop in the bone or soft tissues. They count for approximately 1% of adult cancers.
I think you can't really make sense of any of it. The only available option at the time was to go for proton therapy. We had to travel to Philadelphia to go to the University of Pennsylvania for the treatment.
As a family, you have to decide, okay, how do we do this? How do we make this work?
We ended up being in Philadelphia for 9 weeks. I'm happy to report now that everything is feeling way better. I'm not experiencing the same pain I was before, so I know that the treatment did work.
Good to see you guys. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. On behalf of the NHL and the NHLPA, you're making a donation.
The Stelters are an inspiration, certainly, for the Edmonton Oilers. They're a very special family.
It's a family that's gone through things that no family should have to go through.
I just want to see better outcomes, and I want to see better treatments for patients. I want a better quality of life for anyone going through cancer, but especially kids.
No matter what you're going through, you can still smile, you can still enjoy life. You can make every moment count. And that's what Ben did, is he brought a smile to everybody else, even though he was going through the fight of his life. Fight like Ben.